Hello everybody, thanks for joining me today. I am Jim Coppinger, one of the principals here at ZenTek Consultants. And today's video, it's really a follow-up video. In our, from chaos to control, simplifying construction technology series that we run here at ZenTek, I recently did one of my how-to topics there called "How do you stop people from working off of out-of-date construction documents?" And what I want to do is, for every one of those topics that we cover in the from chaos to control series, I want to do more of a practical demo topic, right? So in that how-to series, and there'll be a link to it below in the comments. You guys can jump to it if you haven't seen it already. But in that series, I talk about the reasons why we need to do things and the problems that we face in the construction industry and construction management, and what we need to be looking for to make ourselves more profitable, more efficient, make our jobs easier and faster. And then I want to take that, right, and show you guys how you can use it in the actual systems that you're likely working in. So today we're going to be using Procore to centralize and share construction documents. Now, to kind of summarize what I talked about in that how-to video, project documentation needs to be centralized in one location. It's got to be easily accessible. Otherwise, you've got different teams throughout the course of your construction job who are going to be working with outdated or conflicting versions of plans, right? And that leads to very expensive and time-consuming errors and rework and all kinds of litigation, which none of us want. So I'm going to use Procore today, right, to show you guys a very simple way to address this issue. And it really is the simplest way that I've seen. Look, Procore is a very extensive program. It's got some absolutely wonderful tools and features in it, but sometimes it's just overkill, particularly when you get down to the document control and communication level, right? You guys likely know, I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to go in my little demo account here that I have, and I'm just going to go and just show you guys, you know that you've got different areas for drawings, right, and different areas for forms and RFIs and submittals and all of this great stuff. It's fantastic if you're working at jobs or on jobs that really require that level of detail and control. They're very, very wonderful tools. But one of the areas we run into all the time is that people underutilize, to my mind, this simple documents structure. All right, so I'm just going to go in here to the documents on this particular project that I have selected. All right. And I want to show you here this concept of a project folder structure that I have, that I've loaded here. And really all that I've done with this, and this is such a simple way for us to be able to work, right, is that we can go in here and you see that what I have out on SharePoint is nothing more than a project folder structure. That's it, right? And that project folder structure has all of the folders that I would need for my job. In each of those folders, I've got all of the files, the standard forms, standard RFIs, notes, specifications, whatever it may be. I can essentially load the entire project's worth of documentation in one step. Right? All you have to do is go into the project, right? Here's my ZenTek 001 job. And all I did, right, to load up this project folder structure was go over here to the new button, and I did a folder upload. I just picked the project folder structure, the one that I was just showing you, right? And it uploaded everything that I need. And you see it recreated the folder structure. But more importantly, right, is that I'm also able to go in here, and you see I got the forms from template, right? I can go in here and I can put all of the standard templates in here for my forms. Now, again, if you're, there is a form section for doing fillable forms online inside of Procore, and it's great, but you have to load that at the company level, and then people have a drop down that they can go over here and select new ones to create new forms and stuff. But here you see that I've already got these in here, right? And this gives me a lot of different options. Number one, I can take a look at the template just by clicking on it, make sure it's the one that I want, that it's got the fields. Now, regretfully, right here I can't fill out the form, okay? It just gives me a preview, but it's a very simple thing for me to go in here and actually just select that form, right? And you see that I have the ability, by coming over here, I can just download it, fill it out, and then just drag and drop it right up into here and replace the old one, right? Or take it to a different folder. If this is the template folder and I need to put that RFI template, under a different folder over here under memos, right? Or if I got to take the field report, put that under memos or notes or permits or whatever, project logs, I can easily just drag and drop that back into the appropriate folder. But I've got all the templates for the different types of files, fillable forms that I need already out here. And some of the other things that are very important here, we talk about the idea of communicating changes, making sure everybody's got the current revisions, that they're notified when things change, right? We can track the history. And that's one of the things that is great about working here in the documents. When I come over here, right, an area that people really tend to miss on is this little letter I in a circle, the info tab. You should always click on that. Number one, it gives you a nice little preview of it, and you can click on it to make it larger. All right, but here you can see the date that the file was created, the latest versions, okay, tells you where it is so you can send links to people to it, right? And more importantly, you have total control over everything that happens with this particular file. And it can be any file. Right now I'm just looking at this PDF, but it could be a drawing, a document, a contract, a change order. It doesn't matter, right? Any and all documents pertaining to your job can all be hosted out here in the web, available to everybody. And I can go in and set permissions on specific files or specific folders. Who has the ability to go in and edit and work with this? I can change the permissions, who can see it, who can't see it, who can modify it. I can make it private so that only I can view it. I can set tracking controls so that, I can track the file so that anytime anybody goes in and modifies or updates or changes, I automatically get notified. So I know when there's been a change to any file within my document structure. Right? I can go in here and I can set file tags for searching later on if I want to be able to set, job number, subcontractor name, client name, right? Job type, region, description, whatever. I can set those for searching later. I can download a log file that gives me a full log of every time it's been uploaded, downloaded, changed, edited. Right? I got a full change history report that I can pull in here, and you can see this one's, only got one change. I didn't do much to this because it is a template. And then more importantly, I can get in here and I can start to email. And this is what's important about this, because here I'm not just generating an email with that file in it, which you get from the big email icon, but from here, I can just go in and I can start a communication thread about this particular file. So I want to let everybody know just by clicking there, hey, there's a problem, there's an issue, things have to change. Everybody who is tracking that project or this file, right, who has been included in the tracking setup, is going to get that email, get the notification. It'll become part of the log in the structure. Right? And this is such a simple process, and everybody understands it because it's what we've been doing for years inside of SharePoint and Google Drive and wherever else we've been working, going all the way back to the days pre-cloud when we worked on local servers. This is how we would structure jobs, and we can continue to do that. And it's a very simple, effective way to work, right, that keeps everybody, working from the same document in the communications loop, and it avoids those costly, time-consuming errors and problems. So something that simple is what you can do with a system like Procore. And you can do the same thing in any other construction management. We can do this in Autodesk Construction Cloud. We can do it in Top Builder. We can do it wherever we need to. Right? But this concept is what I wanted to kind of show you guys today, that you can really simplify this. It doesn't have to be the struggle that everybody thinks it is. All right, guys, I'll catch you next time. Have a good one.